Hey, happy Saturday, June 3rd. So today is a very special day for a couple of reasons, but today is a special day because it's the 12th year anniversary of the passing of a very good friend of my family, a best friend of my sister, Amanda Morris. Yesterday I remembered and I went up to her memorial tree up at the I think it's called the Taublin Arboretum. It's the Clinton Township Arboretum. She has a tree up there. Yeah, I remember I wasn't around. I was at the Salvation Army Center when she did end up passing, and I heard about it a few days later. And just thinking about it, the impact of one person can have on so many different people. She had such a loud and wonderful personality. She'd light up any room that she went into. Just made people feel more confident in themselves. I know at least a few other individuals who benefited off of her her positive and enlightening energy. You know what I mean? Gave them a feeling of security. She gave them just a feeling of abundance, because that's something that Amanda always did. She carried around a feeling of abundance with her, And it's interesting to think about how people in our lives like that, that could affect us in such a positive way. How, it doesn't change the fact that they have their own demons. It doesn't change the fact that they battle with their own hardships. Maybe it's just a matter of putting our own crap to the side and just focusing on, giving that empathy, giving that understanding, giving that hope and that light and that confidence, freely to the people that we love, regardless of what else we have going on. And that does bring up another strong point of why it's so important for a person to take charge of that private side of themselves. You have to take charge of that. You got to do whatever it is that you think you have to do to take care of that inner part. Because not everybody's going to see that inner turmoil. They're just going to see the love that you're expressing. They're just going to see the smile. They're just going to see the gratitude. They're just going to see the understanding and the empathy. They're not going to see those deep, dark crevices, that we all experience, and can be really exemplified in, Amanda's passing. I went up there yesterday, and it was cool. I just, I get caught up in it sometimes, and so I sat down on a park bench and kind of was just talking to her and telling her how much I appreciated her, because it's good. Even though I wasn't as close with her as my sister was, I was in the same grade as her, and so she was just always there ever since the 6th grade, from 6th grade until she passed a few years after we graduated high school. She was just always there. And in high school, she was more and more at my house when her and my sister became friends. But it's just a good thing to remember, It's just a good thing to remember, If the quality of life that you express to others isn't congruent with the quality of life that you experience on an internal level, then that disharmony eventually it's going to cause bad things to happen, because you can't keep those demons. I know I use a lot of extreme language when describing this stuff, and it's just because I've experienced a lot of it, these extreme feelings myself, over the years. But if you don't take care of those demons, they're just going to rear their ugly head out at some point or another, And it just, you can't care about what people think, you can't care about what people have to say. You don't owe anybody anything, and you have to remember that, But at the same time, you have to remember that people love and care about you, and so doing them a service of allowing them to come along for the ride if they want to, that's a good thing, We can't get so afraid of judgment that we end up pushing away the people who actually do care, just because maybe we're so caught up in our own opinions about about our situation and about the outcome of it, that we just assume that other people are going to be just as hard of critics on us, or we get too caught up in, what they might say to other people, what their true opinions are and all that crap, so we don't owe anybody anything. This is our own journey, but at the same time, it's good to allow people, to come along for the ride if they want to. People like me, I've gone on the ride with other people many, many, many times. It's very fulfilling, and it's hard to remember that other people might get internally filled up by providing the same type of service to me, what I mean, as I do to others, because it does help people sleep better at night. It does help me sleep better at night knowing I'm being of service to somebody on a meaningful level, So anyway, let's see. Today, let's see if maybe we could channel Amanda, see what she's got to say for us. Alright. Let's go right here. Okay. Alright, so we've got the Eight of Wands reversed, so it seems like maybe we're at a little bit of a delay. Things are kind of like on pause. Maybe something started, or all of the details got like completely hashed out, but now it's like slowing down, right? There's like a period of like rest. It's not exactly like the boulder was pushed over the hill. Maybe we just planned out how to push the boulder over the hill, and now we're just kind of like waiting, We're just waiting for something. Queen of Wands reversed. I think maybe there's a little bit of apprehension in terms of we feel so passionate about what we want to do that apprehension acts as a hindrance that slows us down. We could say that, we're afraid of succeeding. We could say that because that's, a valid point here. But a lot of the times when the passion inside of us for something that we want to do is so great. For those of us who experience passion on this level, a lot of people are really, really logical. You know what I mean? They're great compliments to the lives of people like me, but we can feel that passion and that desire to act so intensely that it's like we can't even move, we can't even move because we're looking at the whole thing all at once, rather than, doing the logical thing of just looking at that first step. What's that first step? Temperance, yeah. So temperance, I think that's a call to remind us to just remember to be balanced in our efforts. We can't take all the steps that we need to take at once. We can't do that. We can only take them one at a time. And so remember to put an equal amount of effort, an equal amount of love, and an equal amount of, compassion in each step that we take, and look at it as each step is its own journey, right? So it's not the whole journey all at once, but each step is its own little journey, its own little battle. I think that's important to remember. Let's see from the middle. We've got the Four of Cups, right? Four of Cups is usually about like a refusal, so this may seem like maybe there is something about the plan that we're trying to move forward with we're just not too comfortable with, we're just not too comfortable with. We just don't really know. Oh, hey, there's a dude there, he's staring right at the camera. Gotta love it. Look, he's smiling. At least he's smiling. Let him be a part of it. So maybe there is a part of it that we're still not too comfortable with. Oh, okay, so the Five of Swords. So maybe it's like memories of things that didn't go our way in the past are becoming roadblocks, mental roadblocks for what we're trying to do now. And maybe they're unconscious, It's just, we have all these memories of things that we attempted to do, things that we wanted to do, things that we were passionate about. And maybe we just had just as much passion about those things in the past as we do now about what we're trying to manifest and what we're trying to do. And they didn't go so well, right? And I think it's important to remember that, whatever, it's a good ideology to have in your tool bag of ideological tricks, that, everything happens for a reason. And so we can come back to that when we're kind of at a loss and we don't know what to do, that everything happens for a reason. And so those things in the past, they didn't work out because they weren't supposed to, right? They weren't supposed to, and now we're at a point to where maybe they will. But maybe that's not what it's about, right? Maybe the journey and the lessons learned along the way are really what it's about. Maybe it's not the outcome. Maybe we just prize the reward at the end, so that we'll put all of our effort into the journey to learn the things we need to out of what the journey entails, and then not get the reward, because that reward would have set us off on a different course than what maybe our hearts really want. I don't know, I know that's pretty mystical. That guy getting out of the car kind of threw me off. I'm gonna pull one last card. Alright, so the Page of Wands. So I think this is, let's stay limber, let's stay young, let's stay excited. You know what I mean? Remember that, you too deserve to live a good life. So regardless of the different hills and valleys that you may be experiencing right now in your journey, just remember that you too deserve to enjoy yourself, and so to not beat yourself up. So as long as the way that you feel is in alignment with what you're trying to do, regardless of the success or failure of each individual battle that comes along on that road, just remember it's important to at least have some time in the day to appreciate yourself. You gotta appreciate yourself. So anyway, have a great day.